Yo, je suis la foot, ça va quoi? Ouais, désolé les gars, ça coupe à chaque fois quand je mets grand écran à la World, du coup je vais mettre le petit carré en bas là. La play elle suit pas. Non, je fais pas de duo les gars, je mets les Worlds. Non les gars, je joue pas, vu que je mets les Worlds, on va rien entendre en game, j'ai déjà essayé hier, on n'entend rien du tout, du coup je vais juste mettre les Worlds. Et c'est tout. Pensez au pouce bleu, s'il vous plaît. Ouais, strike, ça va quoi? Hop, comme ça. Ah, j'ai même pas suivi, je sais même pas qui c'est qui a gagné les gars. Putain. Ouais. C'est qui a gagné Krebs? Du coup, j'ai même pas pu voir. Putain, j'ai la rage.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on Game 1.
Salut au frère, bienvenue à toi gros. Pense au pouce bleu s'il te plaît.
First match of the duos competition is over in the Victor Royale's experience wins out. We talked about Energy Zate and Ghost Sap and how they've been playing so long together, and that endgame was a prime example of textbook Zate and Sap. We're gonna re-roll it one more time.
C'est bon Krebs?
Break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now pay attention right away.
Non, non, je peux pas strike, sinon ça. L'application elle bug, du coup ça redémarre. Yo Jungle, ça va quoi? Ouais, c'est les duos, c'est les duos. En 6 games. Ouais, ouais c'est bon. Ouais, du coup, je suis obligé de rester ici. Ouais, j'ai vu. Je suis obligé de rester ici et de mettre en petit.
Tu peux mettre en grand là?
Non, je peux pas mettre en grand.
Et Airwalks il est mort par Hunter.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, donc du coup Airwalks bah, il est mort.
Il a dû l'insulter. Franchement, je sais pas, Jungle. Eh, français, quatrième?
Nitro il a fini 3ème hein, alors qu'il était tout seul.
Ouais.
C'est qui? Ah, c'est Didra.
putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top
Il a
3
fini
in
4ème.
our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega,
Il nous fait gagner
they
des
wind up
points.
making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely. Incredible talent doing it. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Abe can do. Hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. You ready?
I am ready.
You guys
Ladies
ready?
and gentlemen,
Huh?
in this sold-out arena, are you
Il y a
guys ready for game number 2?
zone.
Oh yeah, they are.
On va voir.
Oh yeah, they are.
Ah bah c'est
Oh, il y
les
a le
trucs.
truc hier.
Ah, il y a le propète.
4, 3, 2,
Chasse, cache, casse.
Attends.
Allez, deuxième game.
Vas-y, je vais voir là-dedans. C'est quoi ça? Ah ouais, non, ok.
Je peux
Man, I just look at these llamas on my screen. I'm just hoping that they find him. There's nothing greater than finding the new
T'as dit quoi, Krebs?
Dude, they're insane. And they're
Pas
everywhere.
toi qui saute.
Oh, 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 ça bug.
Llamas in a very small area. And spotting llamas from very, very far away.
I mean, you just, the one thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because, usually you're looking for players, who's going to be landing next to you, but if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama, there's one.
Je sais même pas ce qu'il faut
You're
faire.
going to get rewarded with shield, rotation, there's shadow bombs, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get
Tu veux pas en mettre en grand écran, Kish, sur le salon?
Bon, au pire, retourne dans le salon, sinon moi je peux pas live. Mais si tu retournes dans le salon, on pourra se parler. Oh, les bâtards.
Just use it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for. Explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation. That's going to trigger the double jump, and as long as you don't touch any
Mais c'est New
solid
York.
ground,
Ils
you'll
sont
be able to
baisés.
continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's an incredible use of the shadow mountain. We've seen
Tu m'entends, Krebs?
players do something like that
Ouais.
in the late game off of other people's builds, and which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
Par contre, ils ont fait New York en une map créative. Si tu me dis qu'ils ont pas mis, qu'ils ont pas dépassé 100 000, c'est impossible. Ah gros, c'est abusé.
Ah, c'est français, lui. Il a fini 4ème.
Ah, des draps là?
Ouais.
Vas-y, je vais rester à l'accueil comme ça.
Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
Looks like they have players
down
on.
in Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, while continuing to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really.
Salut Snoop, salut Franck.
When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. Yuang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets.
And look at how good these stick grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come up through a third party though.
Une petite balle là.
So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
C'est trop fort.
Snobby, but
C'est des machines aussi.
It's now Yuang all by himself and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yuang knows that. Trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
These players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield. Are they going to get it off the
Ah, ils arrivent.
Yuang no shield. And he's going to get
Parce qu'il leur a mis.
the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Ouais, j'ai vu Franck. Bien joué à Airwax. Trop chaud.
Il a tué des gens?
Non, 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 la Pro N.
Ah ouais, ouais, mais...
Mais pourtant, ça lui a pas tant touché que ça.
88,
Ah ouais?
Ouais, c'est 88.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these Olympic.
Oh, il l'a tué.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat.
Des balles qui met mon pote.
Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still now in a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera right there. Slacks and keys. 2 quick eliminations. But you mentioned they can't afford to do that. It takes so much time in that fight. They got to go very far still. Now over to Neo.
GG, Snoop, tu gères.
In a fight.
Got some shield.
Non, on va rester comme ça, Franck.
Oh non, il a non, c'est pas sniper, mec. En français, il vient de se faire frappe. Bah, il reste au slow. Mec, il a mon âge, hein. Il est beaucoup trop fort.
Skeptic just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Flex has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep, shotgun picked up. Grenades now as well. They want to go for the second elimination, and we take the oh my god, we got some trap talk in real life. Did he just take the L in real life?
T'as vu ce qu'il a fait? Ouais. Regarde, il se fait karma. Ah oui, gros, il chambre.
Oh, micro.
Mon Graal. Bah oui, gros, il faisait le mariole à la caméra là. Voilà. Ah oui, gros.
Il a 2 kills, hein. Ils sont à 3 là.
Yo, Max.
Oh, il est.
Je sais pas du tout, Franck. Il joue manette.
Bye. Et oui, il y a une petite emote à chaque fois en frontière. C'est trop bien ça.
Une petite emote?
Genre, quand il va dans l'inventaire, regarde, il y a un petit but.
Ah oui, oui, ouais. Oh là 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 là. Non, non, il n'y a pas de PP, les gars. Non, encore Helium, il n'y en a pas, il n'y en a pas. Il n'y en a pas parce que j'en fais plus que le mercredi après-midi, Coralium. Guess what? Every single llama was found. Yep. All 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now. A lot of rotation. Oh my god, I can't even freaking out, man. You're getting into it. Looks like a lot of people. I love it. Tu peux quand même lâcher un pouce bleu. One airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances. Il galère, oui. Pire. The slipstreams are there to basically help everyone. Ah, ça met genre le truc sac à dos. Ouais. Yo Giga, ça vaut quoi? But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still. Yep. I guess that's a testament to our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Lucky does take a bit of storm damage. Vas-y, bah y a pas de souci, Coralium. Pas de problème, je m'en fous moi. On peut faire un échange, tu mets ma chaîne. about it, right? Some people do
Je
not
mets la
like it.
tienne.
Let me
Non,
tell you
je mets
something
rien,
about
je mets rien,
I don't think I've
Max.
ever seen more positive, reactions from an item being added than when chug slashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts. Delightful, just some delightful posts. Those of you guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2, stack up to 6. They give you 20 health, 4 shield, whatever you're missing.
And they're instant. You throw them down the ground, and they can be used to heal you and your teammates around you, as well as if you really want to be a troll, your enemies that you knocked. Here are Mongrel and Micho in the zone, and you
Non, bah après, te sens pas forcé, Coralia, mais y a pas de souci. Hein. Parce que j'en ai beaucoup fait en ce moment, du coup là j'en ai vraiment marre des PP. Du coup j'en fais que le mercredi après-midi.
They could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points away from first. Yep. They didn't even win the game. And Mongrel went down early.
Ouais, merci.
Points were even rewarded. So,
bon, les Français, ils en sont où là? Putain, par contre, ils montrent jamais les Français en facecam, gros.
So he can't even spray right now. The only thing you can do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're actually trying to take walls.
Ah, merci Giga.
Players beginning to spray on through, stink bombs dropping, and there's one limb. Another shot comes in.
Oh là 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 là.
Yep. And grab the mats. 365 mats now. He is more than that. He's got to get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks. So weak 2. Look at how weak they are. And don't they can get both Sean and Aiden. I think that's exactly what they did. They split up. Now he's trying to take them one by one. He's getting pushed by more than one person. Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster.
Il est pas bien, Eden. Oh, bah oui, c'était sûr. Bon. T'es là, Krebs?
Oh ouais, celui-là.
Ok.
And obviously there's 3 other players who are around him as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground, smart play, but he's out of mats. Oh no, he's got wood. It's got wood, he's good. We both freaked out. Going to put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know, when a brick or a metal pyramid,
je suis deck pour Aiden.
He has to push. That's it.
Ouais.
He has to
Ils avaient bien joué quand même.
He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about storm surge. They're 446 of
Putain, lui il a plus de vie, gros. Bah oui, c'est sûr.
Bon bah la team de Eden sont morts. Allez, Airwax là.
Always the most aggressive, it appears. If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments in Fortnite competitive history was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago, and a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations here.
Je sais pas, Giga.
Popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in
Mercredi après-midi, Coralia.
average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance.
Moi je regarde avec le PC, Max.
Je regarde pas avec le PC.
C'est les commentaires. Et avant c'était avec mon téléphone. Si, avant c'était avec mon téléphone. Parce que j'ai un petit PC à côté, mais il fait pas tourner Fortnite.
Ah, ils mettent trop mon Graal. Ils ont 3 kills.
Are people going to change how they're going to play, right? Are they going to do anything different here in the World Cup? And guess what? I'm pretty sure we can say that Aiden squad is not doing anything different. They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down. And unfortunately, there were just too many players who took advantage that they were weak. And that was the top 5 leading into this game. You see it updated again right there on your screen of where the leaderboard is at the moment.
Ah, il y a des Français, ils ont le même nombre de points que Nitro et Nitro.
Ah ouais?
Regarde le classement, regarde le top 5.
Ah ouais, des Dara là, ils sont chauds.
Et je crois que c'était lui qui avait pleuré quand il avait compris qu'il était parti à New York.
Ah, c'est lui là, la vidéo sur Twitter?
Ouais, je crois que c'est lui. Ah oui, puis il n'y a pas d'autres Français. C'était pas Airwax, Nikos.
Skype, son mate.
Non, c'est Vato. C'est pas Vato qui a pleuré.
Eh non, je crois que c'était quelqu'un en solo. Hein.
Ah, en solo?
Ah, je sais plus.
Ah, je sais plus.
Vas-y, pas de soucis, Giga, à tout.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and really mixes it up and a drone ship. that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant.
Nikos, il est en solo ou
If
pas?
you guys can get up on top of those,
Je sais pas.
high ground on the map without having to place any mats.
Yep.
It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal as much damage as you want. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there.
100%.
But it's important to know that after the 5th circle closes in, those air vents will stop working. So if you don't have any rotation to get down, glide or redeploy, anything like that, yikes. That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts a launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep.
And go for it.
Yeah,
just risk it all.
Most of these teams won't mess that up. Now, we talked about our Game 1 winners, the team that took home the Victory Royale, which is, again, 10 placement points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was Zayt and Saf, and they're currently set up in the zone for the moment.
Did they just get the zone?
Ah, j'ai même pas vu, gros.
Are they the yellow team in the minimap? I mean, they're close enough for sure. I can see. I think, no, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave grenades.
Yep. And they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen.
Ariane, Nico Ferrox.
Oh, man, here we go. They have to rotate the farthest. Look at how many staff players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon. Yeah.
Arkham and Falcon.
Moi j'ai vu Kinstar là-haut là.
Moi j'ai vu Nico Ferrox. Ferrox.
Waiting to pop those heals till his teammate comes in.
Yep. No, he missed one. He did miss. No, his teammate's full. Teammate's full.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Geez.
Teammate's full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me, so you know, I'm really sensitive on it. I'm still really sensitive.
We'll let you and Myth handle that.
Non, non, j'ai pas Snap, j'ai que Twitter, les gars.
Again, it seems like some tension there, but we continue to move on in this fight. This is game 2 of 6, folks. The match will be going
Je veux trop faire kicher, faire les flammes, faire des selfies.
62 players left in this one.
Ouais, grave.
35 duos. You see Arkham and Falconer. It looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together.
Good teamwork.
As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well.
Jack, I have a question for you, man.
Yes.
Once these circles start closing in so small,
Oh, ça
what do you
pique.
think is the play? To rotate in right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left. What you have.
Ah, il y a Vato et Sky. Ils sont là, Vato et Sky.
Ok. Ah oui, ouais, j'ai vu.
Ça va. Tous les Français sont par là.
Bon, je sais pas, Corlium. C'est comme ça.
In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here doing 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and it's definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that clutch.
Non, j'ignore pas Chaos, Max.
Yes, he does, and all the materials you could ever ask for, nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're going to find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep,
oh, they do have a double heavy sniper. And Ninja called that the man knows. They see one. And
you guys saw the mirror. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers.
Énervé.
From one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
it just moved over a mountain, man.
It just moved onto the side of the mountain.
Non, je t'ai dit non, j'ignore pas, j'ai vu, mais je comprends pas ton message de 1h56.
Here's a look at Mongrel and Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this Storm Surge, so they're good for the moment. And there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half match with one another, and then they go and collect the others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure that you guys have equal material.
Il y a mon Graal.
Saf just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongrel.
Il a mis ses têtes par
Bomb
contre
is
là,
hit
mon
as
Graal.
well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
Contre les puants, c'est le meilleur truc.
Ah oui, gros.
Forcing everyone to get to where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down.
Il reste encore tellement de monde, gros.
Gets 1 player weak, but does have to back up.
Get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets chucked as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they're getting sprayed with nothing.
Oh, c'est mort. Ah là 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 là.
Going to be eliminated, and
Il a
Mongrel
foncé dans
also,
la
sorry,
tête.
Airwax just with
Oh,
that as well.
Airwax, il est mort.
Ah merde. Ah si, ah il est KO.
Ah, il est juste KO.
Ils sont tellement bien ceux qui viennent de gagner la première là.
Ouais.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zay and Saf uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Oh, that was
making a
and we know that was juicy loot.
They're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play. Taking out the, you really didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they are still above this
So great
surge.
rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though, they try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it, another massive rotation gonna be taking.
Ah là, ils sont trop malins gros.
167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now.
Ça, toi, ils se sont entraînés, genre.
Ah oui.
High ground, what's the play?
They
Oh, no.
didn't get the launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out.
J'ai
He hits his
construit.
head on something, which takes
Ah,
him down from having to.
il y en a trop, c'est abusé.
They're going to challenge high ground right now. Zayt and Saf looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Arkram with an elimination too. 19 duos left as we're moving towards the placement points. Ninja and
Airwax,
these
il est
duos
encore là
know
ou pas?
exactly that. 3 points if you make it into the top 15, which could be the difference
Une star
between
aussi.
first and
Ouais, ils font jamais voir.
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna
Il y en a plus?
rotation in and not
Je crois
taking
qu'il y a plus
damage,
français.
or are they
Attends.
gonna try to play it a little risky and go for the
Non, il y en a
limbs?
plus.
You're gonna be shooting, going for a limbs. Definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shot, AR shot. Someone suddenly
Ah
taking
si,
the
j'ai...
high ground
Attends,
on
je crois que
you.
j'ai vu
So
Airwax à un moment, non? Ah
it
non,
all
c'est
depends on how
Arc.
their play styles gonna unfold, man.
many more duos remaining in this game.
Ah,
Il y a trop de noms là, non mais je crois que j'en vois pas moi non plus.
Over the play, the high ground plays. He's gonna get it. He has it.
Les gars, Zayt il est tout là-haut, il a pris le top gros, il est trop bien.
Ouais, j'ai pris il est trop bien. Ils ont 4 kills.
Ah non, il y a Stompy, il a mis KO.
Ah ouais, off safe.
Oh, Stompy, il est énervé gros. En plus, il est full vie. Vas-y, à plus Max, merci d'être passé gros.
Oh, il y en a, il a 5 kills celui-là, tellement haut là. Oh, c'était des moves.
Zay taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny and TSM crew looking good. And they're going to take it. They just took high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
And they just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Forward now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down the height for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not
Ah là 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 là.
C'est qui qu'on ne connaît même pas, mais...
Takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7
Il veut un check.
Zexro looks like he was stuck on his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's
Oh,
pretty
frère, il s'en
expected at
foutait,
this point.
il a gagné à New York.
2 and 8
Ah.
have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been you. But guess what? Mongrel and
Oh, tir au pigeon gros.
They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Ah les deux.
Oh, les deux, ils ont sauté en même temps, ils ont fait en même temps.
Vinny pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
He's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game.
Yeah.
Like that's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and shook it for himself.
Je crois qu'il se fout de sa gueule.
Top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What
Mais
a
oui.
start to today's
Oh,
competition.
par contre, qu'est-ce
The
qu'il fout là,
energy
les
in
amis?
here is
On voit qu'il
insane.
est
I am
pousse.
looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
I don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all
Vas-y, je
night.
reviens, je vais me faire un petit café.
Yep. And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys
Vas-y,
want to be
vas-y.
Vas-y, à
competing,
toute.
take notes, watch these players, watch how they build, watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. And we'll see you guys here next year, man.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it there on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic in, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comp's kind of hectic because of noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like, we're the longest duo that have played together, so yeah, we just know how to work together.
Great. Fantastic work. Guys, back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD!
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro, you know, they've always been known as being so aggressive.
Yeah.
From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments. While they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see them, just like a lot of other talent here, always at the top of the
Salut.
duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing, and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You got to be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we going to do next? Hey, man, good job. We won that. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Right? How are we going to change? Maybe even do better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that. They're not going to take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zate and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Hype, Darox, Item, Forwin and Tux, Snappy and Red Rush all there. While Zate and Sap do have a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, M11Z, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to $3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen,
Happy to be here, man.
can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting?
Qui le plus beau?
What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Sap and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you've been good to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's just let me hear you. You know, that was so-so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves?
Oh, les trophées.
That's what I'm talking about.
Faut avoir les trophées, hein?
Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games.
Non, mais il regarde derrière.
But, you know, if you've been watching for a long time,
Ah ouais.
you know I'm a big fan of
La méga coupe en or là.
C'est
le bus de combat.
I like to say Fortnite,
Hein?
man. That's my thing.
C'est le
That's
bus
what I do.
de combat là.
And you know, there's actually
trophée.
a lot of people from around the world that
Ah
have
bon?
come here to
Ah oui.
to watch, to
Ah
be part of all of
ouais.
this. And I thought, what better way
Gros, tu mets ça dans ton
to
salon.
get back to you guys guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from
Là, tu mets une armoire
all
là.
around the world.
Tu mets des cadenas,
So in
des.
just a moment, we're going to take a look at the video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen, so I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Hello Fortnite fam.
포탈 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요.
C'est la pause.
Quel territorio.
Achète Fortnite folk.
Yo les fans de Fortnite.
What's up, fam?
T'as entendu Airmax? Yo les fans de Fortnite avec un dab.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
Was geht, Fortnite Freunde?
Quandre, don't go, man.
Hein?
What's up Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up, Fortnite fam?
Wait, trying to the boss?
Sorry, I'm texting.
What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up Fortnite fam?
E aí galera do Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
G'day Fortnite fam.
Bonjour, comment ça va les
G'day Fortnite fam.
Cheer up, Fortnite fam. What up, boys?
Eux, ils sont pas pris au sérieux.
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective,
Je l'aime bien lui, le présentateur.
get used
Ouais, il a
to
l'air
it.
tranquille.
Here to stay.
Il me
Now,
fait
guys,
penser à
if you
Yoshi un
wanna
peu.
take a look at before we hop back into the next game.
Bon, vite fait. alors.
One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We've got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone. So you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some on your screen. Also, that
c'est pour les acheter, je crois.
my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look.
Non, la casquette elle est belle.
Now, for those of you who have
Ah, la
also
casquette elle
watched
passe.
kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown. Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about like everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy and he's selfish and he wanted the pizza off for himself. Get called out. That's right. Now the world knows. But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a night on the town. So let's take a look together. Check this out.
New York City. We got the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building, the first ever Fortnite World Cup. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players Aiden and Chinkin out to show them the Big Apple, starting with PC gaming
Eh mais, je pensais à un truc. Genre, t'as un PC, c'est une machine de compète et tout machin. Et genre, t'es invité à une grosse compète comme ça.
Ouais.
Et genre, tu viens avec ton PC?
Non, c'est leur PC. Non, non, c'est pas ton PC.
Ah ouais? Parce que j'allais dire, imagine, tu prends l'avion et ton PC, il lui arrive une couille et tout, gros. Tu dois avoir trop la rage.
Non, 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 c'est des PC spéciales. Enfin, c'est pas chacun met son PC.
Par contre, en France, souvent, tu sais, genre Occitanie ou je sais pas quoi là.
Ouais.
Et bah, souvent, faut ramener son PC. Après, peut-être pas quand t'es ultra connu, mais souvent ils disent dans les critères, genre ramener sa propre machine. Ça va tellement être la merde.
En Allemagne et tout ça, où le bouger était allé, il y avait des compétitions, c'était des PC dus à la base.
Ah ouais? Ça c'est mieux ça.
C'est des PC à 5000 €. Hein, donc,
ouais. Après, je pense que tu as le droit de ramener ton clavier et ta souris.
Ouais, je crois ça, je sais pas par contre, mais je crois que c'est chacun.
Je pense parce que si par exemple toi t'as l'habitude d'avoir 12 boutons et là on t'en met que 2 gros.
C'est ce qu'il disait Gotaga, que tu lui il a fait énormément de compétitions.
Ouais.
Il disait que sur Fortnite il y a des compétitions où genre c'est tout le monde qui a la même souris.
Ah ouais, ça c'est bien.
L'acheter.
Ah ouais, tu dois l'acheter.
Ouais. Ce qu'il disait Gotaga, genre des fois lui il devait acheter des souris à 60 € toutes les semaines et tout, et à chaque fois il devait s'adapter à la nouvelle souris.
Ouais.
Avec le nombre de boutons, le machin. Et que ça prenait des heures à s'adapter, puis s'entraîner à la compète, la faire.
Ouais.
Notre souris, pardon. Enfin, il l'avait déjà expliqué ça.
I'm not too sure. Is it like king or queen? While we have this here,
Bon, c'est instant pause là.
You guys are potentially going to be facing off.
Ouais, il faut une petite pause quoi. Parce que s'il y en a qui veulent aller chier ou quoi, tu vois. Bah c'est sûr gros, imagine entre deux games tu vas aller pisser et tout, gros faut que tu te dépêches hein.
Demain du coup il y a Merci ou...
What you guys are going to experience this weekend, this is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be
Les
playing
fanions.
$1,000 essentially. Is that even the same with you guys yet?
De quoi?
Skype dans la présentation il a dit attends. Bonjour, comment ça va les fanions? Et il utilise un mot qui n'existe même pas.
I think it's time to get a slice of pizza.
Take you out for a good pizza.
We'll get some pizza.
To give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Say I won't, Lala. Say I won't.
And I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
I'm happy that.
Ah, il y a d'autres français aussi. Il y a No Ward et O4ZR. Ah, ils sont français.
So I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Yeah, we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on the stage in front of 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like happy to
Ça a
be
commencé ou
here
pas là?
all these people.
Non.
Whether they're rooting for me or
Vas-y, j'ai
other
fait le jeu
players.
d'hamburger.
Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like.
Tu vas faire quoi?
I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger.
Le jeu des tirs là, des hamburgers.
Best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this
Ah ouais.
weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you. But we're in the thick of things here in New York, so I think we got to get some more pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it.
New York's got everything, and this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza, and, you know, just tour New York. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan Fisher standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nix and PFSin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region. They've got some things to say. So, Jordan, let's go.
Ouais, il parle.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nix and PFSin here. Nix, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned. Being the first
Il y a plusieurs boss ou pas dans les jeux là?
Non, c'est toujours le même.
That the two of you share as partners.
Il revient plusieurs fois.
Ah ouais, bah il revient infini en fait. C'est gros.
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFzinho and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale. Right now, PFZin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player. You know, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFZin, você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nyx. Como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais balanceado da dupla?
Basicamente, eu tenho uma role de suporte. Então,
ah, mais tu sais le record du jeu?
Ouais.
C'est Jonesy et Banane, mais c'est quand ils étaient dans le bunker en train de jouer. C'est ça en fait.
Ah ouais. Par contre, tu peux le battre, ça sert à rien.
Bah oui.
Parce que moi je l'ai déjà battu et en fait.
C'est quand il y a eu le volcan.
I'm just more in the background, supporting him. Like he has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time. That has really got me cranking my 90s on a regular basis. You know about that courage, right? Am I right? Back to you.
Whoa, whoa.
Quand il y a quand même beaucoup de fauteuils vides.
Hein?
Peut-être trop cher les
Ah
dans le
ouais,
public, il y a beaucoup de fauteuils.
je pense, ouais.
Ils vont peut-être trop abuser.
Turns out he didn't understand anything, so I had to get a translator to tell him a little bit. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have 4 more on deck. So I think for now we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So how's DJ Mike Brown? Play us in.
Ah, il est retourné.
Oh.
DJ Mike Brown spinning the 1s and 2s here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Mastifa's Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Seth. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestants, even Miz and Daedra, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standing stage, top 10, international, through and through. You got Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Ouais.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we
C'est toi qui es sur le live.
game 3. As these cameras populate your favorite.
Oh, j'ai pu. T'es là?
Ah, faut trouver qui. Oh ouais.
Pas gros. Ah si, c'est bon. Par contre, j'ai pas le son. Gros, ça va pas le faire.
T'as pas le son?
Non.
Je sais pas, reviens en salon.
Attends.
I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then tragedy struck as Zexro had a few problems with you know, arthritis and different things with his hands, and I'm make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zexro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zay and Sap. But anyways, in here we have UN KBB. He's going to take down Merci. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snobby.
Ouais, mais son mate il est KO, il est mort déjà.
That's actually going to be our first elimination. Lucky for us to catch that one.
Ah, il a
but
pris une
there's
balle.
shots coming in from the Viking Island right up above, and he just kind of turns a corner. Catches that full elim there. So that's his now. Yeah, low toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very rough situation being here, but Zexro now looking to engage in this one.
Putain, tu meurs en début de game comme ça, comme tu dois trop avoir la rage.
Et ça c'est vraiment la première team, hein, regarde, comme 97,
implement their strategy going into the next game. What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots?
Je crois qu'il y a 6 games en tout.
Ouais.
For these players, the time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nix, PF Zin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nix especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, you know, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo. So we can see Nix tomorrow. Then you got Scram, 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making.
Ah, tu lances l'île quand tu builds?
Ah bah là oui, mais ça dépend. Parce que des fois j'appuie 2 fois sur le saut.
Ah ouais.
Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Ah ouais.
Oh, comment je galère, gros.
Non, moi je lance pas pour garder le téléphone pour effacer les construits. Et non, je fais pas le double saut.
Par contre, j'ai plus le son du jeu là, ça va pas le faire. Arrêtez, démarrer.
C'est peut-être quand tu lances le jeu, non?
Ouais, je pense. Ouais. Ah, mais ils auraient dû faire ça quand t'es en game, hein, d'enlever le son. Comme ça on aurait pu faire des parties, quoi.
Non, c'est quand même le son, même en game.
Bah non, t'entends rien en game.
Pas grave. Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity to really get a lay of the land and then go in for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, you know, very weird situations like this.
Ah, tu les fais dans le centre, toi, les 90.
Ah, j'aime pas, j'arrive pas par la droite.
Ah bon?
Non, impossible.
Fais-en un à la droite.
Attends, tu as galerie, gros. Attends. Ouais, ça se voit que j'ai pas l'habitude.
Je pense que c'est mieux à droite, gros.
Ah non.
Regarde comme tu fais vite.
Ah mais la vue je la trouve pourrie, gros.
Ah moi je te dis que ça va plus vite que... Je les vois plus vite que quand ça va vers la gauche. Hein.
Ah bon?
Ah oui. Regarde. Regarde,
ah, je sais pas.
super vite là.
Vas-y, faudrait que je continue, mais...
En fait, vers la gauche, j'ai l'impression que tu t'arrêtes dès que tu en 90 pour enchaîner sur le deuxième. Alors que vers la droite, t'enchaînes bien.
Ah bah je vais essayer de continuer. C'est chaud.
Great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of elimination. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just piping up these players at these points of interest. And looks like Lucky Landers is there.
Attends, je regarde un peu la game.
They'll have that, but let's see Daedra. They linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there. So you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost.
Allez, M11,
be careful. Daedra, he's going to be right next to him.
Il est français aussi.
Trying to get these angles.
Ah mais t'as bugué un peu.
Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent? Catch a nice little low ground peek right here. Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here, so he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What they're going to do is it's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. Feels so good.
Je les Français.
Feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy, and look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to Game 1, they had a great Game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims, and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, like circle 5, or circle 5. I think we were sitting at like 45, 46 players. They're just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's deal it back. But Crew and Chapel, one of my picks to watch. Have sort of been struggling.
Comment je kifferais qu'ils nous mettent sur la cam de Kin ou d'un français là.
Environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here.
Oh non, il a pas le droit de tester ce balle.
Attempted to with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out.
Et genre, ils mettent la caméra sur ceux qui se fight vraiment. Et genre, Kim et Nikoff et tout là, ils se fight pas trop et ils meurent dès le premier fight. Du coup, ils font que dalle de
They were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened. They need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your builds. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, here you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene. Airwalks
on aurait peut-être être sauvé d'Airwalks là.
Airwalks winning
Yes, on voit Airwalks. Yeah.
Times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world.
Ils ont 0 kill par contre.
Not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Regarde, ils sont à pas beaucoup de la zone, hein. Faut qu'ils mettent des points parce que sinon ils vont prendre.
They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping in here, Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Men. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so will be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you going to do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184. Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new
il a mis au moment où il a mis le mur, gros.
That's right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars. So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them.
Toujours pas de King Star hein, tout à l'heure.
You got a few of the veterans. Sextro, Vinny, saw Nate Hill.
Oslo il bâtit
Mitro, Aiden there in the corner of the screen. And back over to our Game 2 winners, Sextro and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. You mentioned Wolfie's aggro controller player. He went right for Nyx and just take him out on that one.
Yeah, definitely want to see Wolfie hopefully catch some more highlights before the weekend's over. Touch base with him. He's a great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players to actually qualify for this weekend. This is a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Got to get something to turn it around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily revealing strategy.
Oh, il a touché. Mais non!
Depuis tout à l'heure, il met des balles comme ça.
Mais gros!
Sent him packing. Dear me. All right.
Oh, la balle qu'il a mis, gros.
Mais tout à l'heure aussi, hein, il en a mis une deux.
Monstre. Ah, Stompy, il est tout seul, je crois.
For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double snipe. Benji and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still.
Mr. Savage.
Because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in game one,
Mon
man.
Graal, il est fait. Oh non, il y a un Français qui a mouru.
Merde.
You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move.
Ok, Oslo est passé
right behind him. Cooler organization. Benji Fisher's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Fisher Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him. He get built above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up. Yeah, that was going to be Fwexy.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used his shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over-peeking, harassing players with that sniper. You cannot hold down scope right there. He ate a shotgun to the face, and that's why Benji goes down. And I love what Savage did here. He just went for high ground. He had to immediately get out of there and leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today.
Il attend une ouverture lui avec son barrette là.
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get an elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. He's still looking to harass some players. Put some pressure on them. Now you see that happen, half out circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there, so everyone's going to have to start to move over.
Ah, Nikov, Airwax, Nikov.
It's going to be a struggle for so many players. They're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team you want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Nitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now.
Ah ouais, ça va.
No reason for them
Le mec qui tombe sur une scar et un pompe de guerre au calme.
They're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly going to make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's the launch pad. It's going to go out now. You need to be wary of getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Nitro nor Mongrel were shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in a shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You are not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. They shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there is no fun and games to be had. This is game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put up or shut up for a lot of these players.
Look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. An elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo, European powerhouse, gonna pay there to
Putain, le bordel, toi.
So good. Maxwell again just holding this positioning right here. He is going to get blocked out with his teammate.
Je crois qu'il est mort Airwax, mais je suis pas sûr.
This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. And there you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zate is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. And You can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zane's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the storm there. Now looking at Mega, who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side, you can see it down low. So these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box. So he has to play defense. He has to disengage. And there's Saf, who just lost his teammate Zafe. Now he's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Saf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination. And he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself. Zexro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkin somehow, with a massive rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations.
8 kills, mec. 8 kills, il a pas fait.
Ah merde, c'est lui qui est à terre là.
Ouais, mais il vient de
Il y a la zone, il y a la zone. Ouais, c'est mort.
One of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low, but we got to focus on what's going on above here because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pin for them. Arkrum just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkrum down low, but you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is
oh là 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 là, la balle. Oui.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this.
Parce qu'il lui a mis gros.
So long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the
La zone, la zone, la zone, la zone. Ah dommage. Oh c'est pas fini. Ah ouais.
Calculator.
7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus the victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the best point, the high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. Was it 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who traps instantly to see maybe he can get a GG trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push this one with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
So good, gotta love their.
Quand tu dois kiffer gros.
What a game that was. Had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know, but that's what Fortnite will do to you. You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it. Yeah. But, Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale.
Ils sont 7e du coup là.
And 16 eliminations. Mega.
Ouais, ils sont remontés devant tous les autres Français, gros.
No victory royales for them thus far. You saw Zexro and Vinny do the same thing, but it's Calculator and
38 points. Oh, putain, ils sont constants, Safe et Zate.
12 eliminations in that game. They're finally in that top 10.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. And suddenly they're in.
Attends, je coupe mon micro, je fais un truc 2 minutes, bon.
Vas-y. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
You got Bell and Scarlet, who've been wrestled out of the top 10. The Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings, and we're in game 3. And these games are going to be so critical. Games 3 and 4 really set that tone, because once you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in second place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zay still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega, everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
That's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners from game 3. Jordan, take it away.
NA really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping in that nail on the coffin. Such a please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator and Macwood. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground, seemingly all of that in game there. Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and